And here today, I will fight you. Nsikak, where are you? Nsikak Thompson. You have Starlink in your house, you have solar in your house, and you earn more than $5,000 a month out of this state. I want you to raise up your hand and inspire the people in this audience. Okay, he's not going to raise up his hand, but he's there. Find him on Facebook. In 2003, I was struggling to get out of the University of Uyo. I spent 9 years in Uyo trying to get a first degree. It's a long story. But at the time, there was a center spread newspaper that said Glow, Nigeria, was looking for a CTO, a Chief Technical Officer. There was a lot of requirements in the job description. But the sweetest requirement was that you needed to show evidence of an annual salary of 36 million naira. I was dumbfounded. So the criteria to get the job was not even your personal skills or your technical skills. You needed to show, 2003, that you are already earning 3 million naira a month salary. Now, it has taken me almost 20 years to understand what that means. That means if Amanda calls you and says, "I want you at an event," you can dip your hand in your pocket, buy a ticket, and fly. Then when you come, you ask Amanda for a refund. She says, "There's no money. Will you take a hotel room?" You say yes, and then you go. It takes a level of exposure and a level of experience to be able to operate at a level. I'm glad. I'm doing this with honesty and modesty, but I'm doing this to inspire people. You can go to University of Ikpa Road and work in Google's headquarters. Period. It is possible. If I did it, you can do it. And the most interesting part was I felt there was a special secret, which I actually found out. Oh yeah, this outfit, by the way, last time I dressed like this was at my TM. I wasn't this big, so I couldn't wear the same TM outfit as you asked. You can start here, and the only limit of your startup or your career is your imagination. It sounds like vibes and inshallah, right? Aspire to perspire to Maguire and all that kind of stuff. From me to Sunda, there are like 6 levels of hierarchy. I'm not a big boy at Google. But like they said, poverty in the US is kind of better than riches in Nigeria. And just to give you a little bit of a context, right now, the conversion rate is very easy. At least you can estimate 1,000. $1 is 1,000 naira, right? If I offer to sell dollars 1,000 naira, I'm sure there'll be demand, there'll be too much. People say, bring. I'll give you 1,000. I looked up our state's budget today. How many people can tell me what the state budget is? You can use your favorite search engine. Don't use ChatGPT. You can use your favorite search engine. Anybody that can tell me the state's 2023 budget? It's about 700 billion naira. If you do the division by 1,000, it's less than $1 billion. Less than $1 billion for 200 million. Less than $1 billion for 7-8 million people. Nigeria's budget, maybe you can figure out what that is. It's not that much. So when people say they're chasing money, they're chasing government money, someone even asked me whether I'm coming to try and get his job or his job. Not yet. I'm still employed. Gainfully employed. What's in it for you was the question I was asked. Why are you doing this? Because we can. And we should. The analogy Hanson and I always say is you go to a party and there's food. You know, in Yoruba land they call it Mogbomboya. Who knows what Mogbomboya is? I hear, I branch. And there's a buffet table and then you go and you take all you can eat. And then when you're walking out, you see people outside are hungry. And you've taken everything you can take. You've even carried takeaway packs. And then you just look at the people and say, if you go like this, and you pass like that, there's a gate. Don't bother. Just walk confidently. You can go to that buffet table and take your share. But a little will be required of you in terms of effort, in terms of dedication, to be able to sit at that table and eat from it. So what we are doing here is some of us have eaten quite a lot, but we've left so much on the table. I have 24 hours in a day. I struggle to get 8 hours of sleep. I have a job, I have a side hustle, I have a family. If everybody here offered to pay me even a crazy amount of money to build a website for them, I can't take all those jobs. I probably would do 1 or 2 as a side hustle. You need to give it to somebody else. And I can only give it to people I trust. So help us, Hanson, Anyebet, Mark, all of us, Odion, Amanda, that are in this business, where people come to us every time asking for talent, asking for back end, front end, and where is MC Holly? There's middleware. So there's something in the middle between back end and front end, right? And then there's digital marketing. Help us to help you. We are inundated with, I need a back-end developer, I need a front-end developer, I need a CTO. Inundated. So the reason why we are doing this and programs like this is to build awareness, to build capacity, to show ourselves, put ourselves out there, that from little or nothing, we've built an ecosystem that is recognized worldwide. Some of us have had incredible success in our careers. And to replicate this is easy. We can do it in our sleep. And we've been doing it. So we're calling on the government to help us, calling on public-spirited individuals and companies to help us. We're grateful for folks like Nick, folks in the government who have shown so... We are overwhelmed. There's a lot of young people in the current government, and we're very impressed with that. You heard Ralph speak. You need to hear him speak. You need to hear other people. We know them. Now we've hung out together. And now we're driving policy and change with our own individual capacities and our experience. So lastly, what I would like to urge everyone to do is to think beyond these borders. You need to think like a country. Akwa Ibom has an airline and an airport, 7 million people. You're bigger than Rwanda. Period. USA, United States of Akwa Ibom State. That's who you should be. Think like a... We're actually a nation already. Various tribes, various dialects, Anang, Ibibio. We're already a nation. We're a state. We need to think like a country. My challenge to Ime, to Ralph who has left, to Frank, is pretty simple. In 2017, I was in Singapore, and I took a picture somewhere that says, this is the southernmost part of continental Asia. It was a picture. I think of Ibom Connection that became Ibom Plaza, and I think it's time to make it Ibom Connection again. Can we make that spot that is the center and the symbol of Akwa Ibom, can we make that spot have the fastest internet in Africa? And see what our citizens will do. Bring the fastest internet in Africa. It might not be the whole state as a smart city, just one spot, I beg you. And then leave the rest to us. There's something they say about government, and they might not like this. They're always talking about enabling environment. There's one thing I want you to do, please. Create that enabling environment. Just get out of the way. See what we will do. Thank you.